Jekyll and Hyde the Musical by Frank Wildhorn and Leslie Bricusse at the Boardman Performing Arts Center, Boardman High School.
One of the greatest performances Boardman has ever put on, if not the best.
The cast has worked very hard and we're all very excited to go out there and determined.
I think that people are expecting a normal high school show and they don't really expect a lot from teenagers, but it's a big thing, it's a big deal.
I think everybody's going to be rather amazed at how, if they've seen a real Broadway production, how close this comes to that level of performance and production. This is the takeoff of Robert Louis Stevenson's novel, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where it's the tale of good and evil and the battle in between, and his quest to separate the two.
Have only attempted something of this size about 10 years ago with Phantom of the Opera, and this still, in my opinion, looking back, outdoes it with the set, the cast, and the musical score, the lighting especially. It blows it out of the water.
It's definitely bigger for our high school, and we've done Spelling Bee and Seussical the past 2 years, which are very great shows, but this one's definitely more mature.
All of the students have been working so hard. Even as soon as we heard that the show was announced, that we were doing it this year, people started practicing the music and getting ready for auditions months in advance. So I really do think we're putting in a lot of work.
We say bring on the dead, let the fire begin. A little children will sing while we're done. Set these words, time for us to play. They say we made our past this way, so let's waste no more time on it.
The cast is 41, and we have several leads and then a full ensemble. 90 students total throughout the whole production between the cast, pit, and crew. And then we have obviously a staff of directors and music people and things like that in there.
I play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I play Emma Carew.
And I'm playing Lucy Harris.
It's an experiment gone wrong that he tried out on himself. That was Dr. Henry Jekyll. The experiment doesn't go too well, because why does anything go good in a story that's longer than an hour? And his alter ego, his evil side, Mr. Hyde, comes out. And it's kind of the struggle between the good and evil parts of a person, the duality of man, if you will, with Dr. Jekyll being the good attributes and Mr. Hyde being the cathartic, evil, monster. And they just battle for control.
So Emma Carew is very kind and she's headstrong, and she's not the basic rich person that everyone thinks she is, but she's very not afraid to stand up to Jekyll.
Lucy Harris is the leading lady at the nightclub The Red Rat, and I think she's kind of misunderstood because people assume that that's what she does and that's what she loves to do. But it's more so something that she does because, she's a lower class woman living in London in the 1800s, and she doesn't really have much, so she's really just trying to survive. People really don't see the emotional side of her.
The cast is amazing. These kids have worked very hard and they're amazingly talented. Our lead characters have been working incredibly hard and putting in lots of hours of work. They're just very, very proud of how they're doing. It's great to watch them progress as they've gone through, but honestly I didn't have to do very much to them because they come to me talented already. We're very proud of how the show's come together look-wise. We had this idea of what we call the tower in the background, and it all came together much better and easier than we expected, and it looks really, really great. And now that I'm getting to see it from the back of the auditorium instead of the front of the auditorium, it looks really, really great. And the lights, the special effects, the music and the singing, the whole production together is great and amazing.
I haven't heard of many high schools that put on Jekyll and Hyde because it's a really heavy show with a lot of not only difficult vocals and acting and dancing, but there's just really heavy subjects and topics that we're dealing with that most teenagers would have a hard time with. And it has been difficult for us, and we've had to work through that, but I think people should just expect more than they think they're going to get out of it.
This is the moment for my final taste. The sunny vacant, I never reckon second best. I won't go down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all.
Boardman Performing Arts Center at Boardman High School. The showtimes are at 7 p.m. both Thursday the 16th, Friday the 17th, and Saturday the 18th. And the show runs, we're running at about probably 2.5 hours, so it's a fairly long show. But they can get tickets through payschoolsevents.com if they search for Boardman, and or they can get them at the door. And tickets are $12 for adults and $10 for students.
This will be a completely different experience that anyone has ever seen, especially locally. I've been to a couple of Broadway performances, and truth be told, I'm not trying to talk myself up here, this might be better than a good handful of them. At least production-wise, talent-wise that we got here. Some people were born to play these roles, and I mean, where else are you going to find a live orchestra playing for a high school? Everything going into it is just 10 out of 10 out of 10.
Come and see how long we've worked on this and how determined we are, because you can definitely tell when we're up there how determined and how long we've put into the show.
There's not much like it around here in Youngstown. Of course, there's a ton of community theater, but even just if you go to other high school shows, they're not going to put on a show like this one.
717 Credit Union. Savings power to give your business an extra boost. Business savings, certificates, and business money market. 717 Credit Union. Make your money work as hard as you do. Check out our business money market and CD rates at 717cu.com/rates.